Grad certificates often will require you, well, they all require you to have a previous credential, a diploma or degree. A lot of them will require you to have one in the IT space, but there's a few that don't. But again, these are for people of previous holders of a previous degree or diploma. So you might be a professional already and you're looking, okay, I've been in my job, but there's a different job, a different area I want to specialize in. You can come in and do that. They're also great for international students. Often international students are more mature. They have a previous degree, they have work experience, and they want that Canadian credential as well as to specialize in a new area of IT. Those will really get you in as well. And I said career changers there as well. So again, we have a few that will, for people that may have studied something different in school, or maybe you've had a different career, and now you want to change your careers. IT is a very, growing industry. It's going to be incorporated into all sorts of domains over the rest of our lives. Computers are everywhere now. So maybe you want to change. I was in chemistry, but now I want to go into that IT thing I've heard about. So we have programs that will allow you to change your careers as well.
This is the first of three different programs that we have related to cybersecurity. And if you wonder why three, the reason for that is we believe that it's much more effective if we focus on specific areas of cybersecurity, and that helps our students get jobs and better jobs in industry when they wrap up. This one focuses on how do you prevent cybersecurity attacks on your IT infrastructure. So networks, your cloud computing environments, your operating systems, that type of a thing. Again, this is very hands-on, as David was mentioning a little bit earlier. The one thing I'll mention here, and this also goes with our other cybersecurity graduate certificates, we have a brand new cybersecurity lab that we are just opening now. Very exciting, a lot of state-of-the-art equipment and relationships with various vendors that we have going on there, which is going to be an absolutely amazing experience for our learners. The one other thing that we find with our graduate certificates as well is many people they want 2 years of education rather than one. And this particular program pairs well with another program we have called Cybersecurity Response Planning, and we'll get to that one in a little bit later in the list.
The next one that we'll be looking at is computer applications development. So this is specifically one for people that are in that career change mode, or someone who wants to learn something new. So this is a really intensive 8 month or 1 year, we say, program that's going to teach you how to program, how to create applications. So again, you might be coming from something different. You've got a previous degree that's not in software development, but you've heard about it. You want to get into software development. This would be the ideal program for you for that new start or career change into IT. So computer application development would be, it's one of the ones that doesn't require you to have a previous credential in the IT or computer science space to enter into it. So again, if you're looking to get into IT for the first time, but you have a previous career or a previous credential, this would be the program that I would point you to first. The next one, software quality assurance and test engineering. This is a program for people that do know how to code, do know how to create applications, and you really want to focus on, okay, how do we create quality applications? How do we test them? How do we maintain? If you know anything about computers, you might think that the longest time it is to create something. Think about Windows, it might take them 2, 3 years to create it, but then think about how long we've been using Windows XP or Windows 10 or Windows 11. They run for years and years and years. So the vast majority of time of the life of a piece of software is after it's been created. You have to maintain it, you have to update it, you have to make sure it's working. This is a program to make sure that you can do that. So you can test things, you can make sure they run, that they're updatable. How do I fix problems? All of that kind of stuff is in this program. So again, if you know how to code, but you want to, okay, now I want to make sure I can really create quality applications, separate myself from other people, this would be the program for you. It pairs really well with other ones as well, so that computer application development, you learn how to code, software quality assurance, if you want to be here for 2 years, now you're going to learn how to maintain and create quality applications on top of that. They're a great 1-2 punch to enter industry in the IT space.
This is the second of our three cybersecurity related programs, and this is something that's an absolutely excellent option for anyone looking to get into the cybersecurity field. There's a role in cybersecurity that we short form as DFIR, which is Digital Forensics and Incident Response. This is the incident response part of DFIR, and it's a role that many people start out in when they get into the cybersecurity field. There's literally thousands and thousands of jobs available in this area. So basically, the incident response part is how do we plan and how do we respond to a cybersecurity attack that we've experienced? So, before we are kind of talking about how do we prevent cybersecurity attacks, and it'd be great if we could prevent them all, but we can't. So, what do we do when we actually are attacked? So, this is the part where you've probably even seen things in movies before where people are in like the war room, as we typically call it, and like what happened and what's going on, and there's people hanging over your shoulder asking you what you're doing to resolve this problem. So that's what this part is about. Also want to mention with this one that there is an optional co-op, which you can use to get some pretty valuable industry experience as well, and that'll help you with a better job when you get out. Again, programming, pairing, this works really well with the digital forensics program, which is the next one. And this is the other part of DFIR. So this is the digital forensics part. This is the area where of study and actual practice where you really get down into the weeds, so to speak, and try to figure out how did this actually happen? Like how did this attack successfully get through? So it'll be something where you're looking through logs on a server, you're extracting information from a cell phone, or some other IoT Internet of Things device, whatever that might happen to be. In fact, something I'm not sure how many people may have heard of this, but very recently there was an incident where somebody got fired and they were kind of disgruntled, and they broke into the network and caused some problems with their former employer, and they did it through a fridge that was connected to the internet, kind of a thing. So, this is the part where we really get down and try to figure out, how the attack happened and what we do to prevent that in the future. So again, this one with the one we were previously talking about, cyber response planning, that's that deeper thing, and again, an excellent entry into the cybersecurity space if that's something you're interested in.
Hey guys, I'll take on the information technology project management. So this, as Jim mentioned, there's a lot of programs that we have in this space for grad search, which are pairings, which you take one with we call them a 1 year. It's kind of like 2 semesters as well, but then you can go on and do a second one. And IT project management is one of those that really fits with a wide host of all of these programs. It's that flavor of, okay, you have IT experience. Now you want to get into the space of managing the projects. And this one is very great because it actually takes you through all of that experience, but also gives you that capstone project experience. So someone mentioned about developing work. Yeah, from this one, you'll develop work, which will help support you in industry as well when you're moving onward. As well, because we're so tied to project management and the principles of like the Project Management Institute or the PMP certification, it's not that we teach you to take the test, we teach you to the understandings of those principles. And if you want to go on and pursue that certification, this program helps you achieve that. But also it gives you that experience to move beyond just understanding IT, but then becoming the manager of those projects. So it's a great program as well for a pairing if you want to proceed. Now, artificial intelligence. So this is one of the hot ones we have. As Jim mentioned, we have the infrastructure that's phenomenal here on campus. So when students come to our Waterloo campus, for example, Jim's network gear is phenomenal. We have an AI cluster starting up where you'll be working on those servers that get you to be able to do the AI and machine learning development, the large language model work, get you into that field. This one has, I always recommend that you check on the admission stats, but this one will require you to have some of that background in computer science to help get through the program. But again, it does help you prepare yourself to be those machine learning engineers, the AI developers, and those data scientists that are becoming more and more popular. What companies are struggling with now is they need these AI experts to help them understand how to incorporate it within their projects and in their practice for their industry. So this AI machine learning program is that 1 year option with a co-op potential, so you can get out into the workforce. But another big piece for a lot of these grad students is check out the courses. You'll see capstones or major project courses. And that again is where you combine all of your skills and present them in a way that will help you then create that portfolio, but also we link you with industry to come and watch and see and judge in competitions your projects that you do. Again, though, this one would be a great pairing with some of the other programs that you'll see, in particular, for example, IT project management. Now, financial technology. So this one is really for those people who want to get into the realm of finances. For example, a lot of people out of this program go into the banking area or into healthcare for managing different technology pieces in the financial areas. One of the other components is the coursework is very related to that kind of risk management, that revolutionary idea of financial services and regulations and stuff. But we also get into the data analytics, how to manage project principles, but also the AI in finance and the emerging trends from that. This too also has that capstone, and it is another example of a great one that could pair with other programs. If you want to get into that space of understanding the financial technology, the applications that are used in managing financial components within that financial sector, as well as mobile applications for the FinTech development. So a great program for you to consider. As I said, a lot of these are also great pairing programs too.